after they did meet this week, do you think it might be eased by the King and Queen Camilla being the peacemakers between the brothers, now that Diana is not here? And if he is very well qualified diplomatically to do it.
All right, let's go to Christo. He's a bit of a royalist.
I love the royal family, but I think that Harry and Meghan, whom I once loved, are just loathsome, insufferable. I think that they have... I'm sorry, they are. That they have done everything that they could to try and sling grenades at the family and monetize their misery by slagging off their family, whom at the time, let's not forget, the late Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip were literally, seriously ill, yet they were throwing accusations of racism, writing books knowing that they wouldn't respond, trying to make as much money as they could out of all of this so that they could sell their tat and become cheap reality stars, which is now what they are. So I'm sorry, I think that if it were down to me, fine, you can come back into the family, but you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement and you have to lock the Netflix crew behind the gates because they're not allowed to come in.
Don't mince your words. Jane.
Well, that was Cristo Foufas, everyone. And tell me why this man just said what half of Britain has been dying to scream into a camera. Welcome back, my lovely truth tellers, to the Unroyals, where we don't do palace PR, we do royal reality. And tonight, we're diving headfirst into the righteous roast of Harry and Meghan, served piping hot by GB News' very own Cristo Foufas. And let's be honest, he didn't just hold back, he burned the royal bridges for them. Cristo said what? That Harry and Meghan are loathsome and insufferable? Well, he's not wrong. In fact, that might be the politest description yet. Let's unpack that, shall we? Once upon a time, these two were the darlings of the monarchy, the golden couple with Netflix-ready smiles and a Hollywood sparkle. But now, they've become the royal cautionary tale of how to burn your family, your credibility, and your fan base all before breakfast. And Cristo hit the nail right on the head. These two didn't just walk away from the family, they weaponized their victimhood. They slung grenades from their California palace, crying about oppression while sunbathing under their $14 million roof. It's the kind of irony that would make Shakespeare clap. And let's not forget, when they launched those racism accusations, the Queen was literally frail and Prince Philip was ill in hospital. Yet, they chose that exact moment to drop their Oprah bombshell. You'd think timing was their love language. They cried privacy, but what they really meant was profit. Because every single tear, tantrum, and tantrum about their tears has been monetized. Books, podcasts, Netflix deals, documentaries that look more like influencer reels. Everything's for sale. The royal pain is their paycheck. And what's worse, they've dragged everyone into it. Cristo was right again. They turned family misery into media currency. Meghan writing her truth in bold letters, Harry whining about frostbite on his royal jewels, and both of them acting shocked when the world laughed instead of sympathized. But here's where Cristo's brilliance really shines. That line about them needing to sign a non-disclosure agreement before being let back into the royal fold? Chef's kiss. Imagine it. Harry and Meghan, gagged by their own NDA, forced to live in silence for once. The Netflix crew waiting outside the palace gates like, so what do we film now? Because that's the only way peace would ever happen. Let's be real. The monarchy doesn't need any more Sussex chaos. Charles has enough on his plate. Cancer treatment, public pressure, and a son who writes memoirs like diary entries gone wild. And William? Oh, you know he's done. The man's got 3 kids, a destiny to be king, and no patience for a brother who treats palace drama like a side hustle. If Cristo Foufas were in charge, Harry and Meghan would have to leave their Netflix cameras at airport, sign a royal silence clause, and maybe they'd get a ticket to Christmas lunch. But here's the punchline, folks. Harry and Meghan won't stop, because this isn't about family for them anymore. It's about fame, clicks, and relevance. They've built an empire of victimhood, and every time someone criticizes them, it fuels the brand. You see, in Hollywood, attention equals currency, and they've learned how to cash in on royal pain. Meghan's busy auditioning for her next lifestyle guru gig, and Harry is somewhere writing his next sob chapter titled Spare the Sequel. And yet what have they achieved? A shredded reputation, dwindling public support, and the kind of eye rolls that can be heard across the Atlantic. Even GB News, which sometimes tries to be diplomatic, has had enough. Christo said it best. They've become cheap reality stars, the Duke and Duchess of drama, the Sussex Kardashians. But let's not ignore the poetic irony here. Meghan once said she wanted to redefine royalty. Well, she did, just not in the way she hoped. Instead of modern elegance, we got merch, memoirs, and a marriage built on media deals. Instead of grace and duty, we got lawsuits and Spotify cancellations. The royal family, for all its flaws, stands for something ancient and dignified, and Harry and Meghan have spent the last few years trying to turn it into a TikTok trend. Christo's fury comes from that betrayal, the betrayal of the public's trust. We wanted to root for them once, but now we're just tired. Tired of the whining, tired of the hypocrisy, tired of the endless victim stories that start with once upon a time in Montecito. So, to Cristo Foufas, bravo, sir. You didn't just say it, you said it for all of us. The royal fans, the truth tellers, the people who actually see through the glitter. Because here's the reality. If Harry and Meghan ever want to be taken seriously again, they need less Netflix and more humility. Less Oprah, more accountability. Less drama, more decency. But let's be honest, that's never going to happen. The Sussex show must go on, and Hollywood is always open for business. So, let's raise a glass to Christo for saying what the Buckingham Palace probably wishes it could tweet. And to Harry and Meghan, congratulations. You've officially gone from royalty to reality TV. This has been The Unroyals, where the tea is hot, the takes are unapologetic, and the drama always exported straight from Montecito. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because somebody has to keep calling out the chaos. And darling, that's what we do best.